So here is how it's gonna work out. I have 64 characters that I have ranked. Now we can go down from 64th as the most evil to the first as the most decent, innocent, brave and virtuous character. But that would be kinda anticlimactic. So what I'm going to do is count up and count down from the middle to the evil and the good. Now, Zod the Mighty is not necessarily bad, but I would say he's neutral bad. First of all, we save him like a bazillion times and bro is still crying about how the night gets in his way. Then Zod basically lies to an innocent girl and traps her in his fabricated lovely stories and steals her from us, which is, if you think about it, bad. Jin is a very mysterious character. Team Cherry does not give us much information about this, but it has been speculated that she is from Farloom, but she is on the very edge of the neutral evil spectrum because she has a master that hates order, like their motive is to spread disorder. So yeah, she is on the 17th. So basically, she was a servant to the Deep Nest Queen, but like she tries to absolutely devour the ever-living out of everyone, and that's kinda bad if you ask me. Apparently, it turns out that tuning every god in existence isn't a very good idea because this dude single-handedly put entire Hollow Nest in danger. Cause like this happens? And this absolute has the audacity to call this mosquito a god and this knight a cringer. Collector. This goofy dude found grubs to be really cute and lovely creatures, just like human finds dog to be really lovely and adorable. So he trapped them in jars and hid them all over Hollow Nest, just like humans do to their dogs in real life. You must be wondering why is Amelitia kind of evil. Basically, she was an upper caste citizen of the City of Tears, but was kicked out for some reason. Now, since everyone is dead, she is alive and she is happy. Why, you ask? The fact that people are dead and have basically become zombies brings her happiness, which means she is canonically a sadist. So apparently making people fight to death is kinda illegal and unethical. And just because you are dead does not excuse you from anything. First of all, this woman basically steals our charms and then resells them to us at like 100 times the rate. And then there is this speculation that this woman ate the leg eater and like there is only one leg left. And not gonna lie, that sounds kinda evil. Now the thing about Nightmare King Grimm is that they don't harm anyone in the kingdom, but it is still a bit evil because the masks of the Grimm troop turns the bugs into mindless servants of the group, and that is bad if you haven't already figured it out. What do you want me to say about these dudes? They basically set up a trap to catch unsuspecting visitors. I think if you lie to people and pretend to have a good hospitality only to tie them onto a bench and slowly and menacingly move towards them, that's kinda messed up. This dude turned against his sisters and willingly took in the infection and made his followers do the same. Then bro kinda tried to take over the queen's garden and kinda killed Drya. So this guy is the reason we don't have a Drya boss fight. The hunter. Bro basically thinks that eating every living thing in existence is nature, and he literally tries to kill every living thing he sees, and that's evil, if you ask me. Now we have White Lady, but
But B, isn't White Lady a good character?
no, that's what they want you to think. So, White Lady had a huge hand. I mean, a humongous hand in the killing of millions of her own damn children. And that's messed up. I get that it was apparently for a good cause, but there's also a theory that since she really likes to reproduce, she made so many children because she was having. Now, all the other NPCs were evil because of the stuff they did, but Nosk is different. Nosk is evil, pure evil. If you dream nail the corpses outside its lair, you can see that Nosk actually takes the shape of your loved ones that are dead to deceive you into its lair. First of all, that is messed up. Secondly, she does this. You don't need to be Mossback to understand that this is evil. On number 3, we have Soul Master. This dude believed that Soul was the solution to the infection, but Bro was partially under the control of infection, and Bro proceeded to unalive this much amount of bugs for their soul and went absolutely mad, and some of his followers got turned into these things. So I think he deserved the 3rd place. Just one place from the most evil person in Hollow Knight is the Pale King. Yeah.
Actually, the Pale King is supposed to be a good person according to the lore. He was the king and tried to save everyone from the infection.
Okay, I get it. He was trying to save everyone, but that does not mean he gets away with killing millions of little vessels. On top of that, when he realized that he messed up big time, Bro just vanished into Dream Realm and saw blades. Let us not forget that Pale King was the reason why Pure Vessel failed on the first place to contain the infection. Here it is. A surprise to no one. The most evil person in Hollow Knight is the main antagonist in Hollow Knight, the Radiance. Now, first of all, how pathetic of a god do you have to be to have your followers just forget about you, and then you get so mad you become an infection that turns every living thing into slaves based around you. So, and I think this is why she totally deserves to be at the top of all the other NPCs in being bad. Now we are on to the countdown from the neutral characters to the most innocent, brave, decent and caring characters. What can I say about No Eyes? The only reason she is in the neutral part is that she was a warrior before she got mad and went on her eye-ripping rampage. Seer. Now this is an interesting one because Seer is supposed to be the good guy, right? She helps us with quests and give us the dream nails and stuff, but we cannot forget that it was Seer and their tribe that forgot the Radiance, and this whole mess was because of them. So yeah, the good cancels out the bad and she ends up on the 45th place. On 45th, we have Little Fool. This bug is kinda cute and friendly, but he is still neutral because Bro is the receptionist for the Colosseum of Fools, which we have already figured out is kinda evil. Now, from 44th to 40th, we have most of the Dream Warriors except Marmu. They are all in the neutral good part of the spectrum and they are ranked as following. On 39, we have Sly. Now, Sly is good. He's a teacher, he's a merchant, but bro is a bit greedy. So, yeah, I cannot place him any higher than 39th. Baradoon is the actual definition of neutral good character. He's neutral because he's neutral, and he's good because you can hit his tail and he doesn't get annoyed. This guy is pretty chill and he tells us a lot of lore, so that's a good thing. Took is an amazing girl. She keeps to herself, bothers no one, and the fact that she asks you to thank Dung Defender for saving her proves that she is a nice girl. Bro helps people to get over their past regrets. What else could be better? And that too for a rancid egg? I'm in! Lem is kinda not very interested into conversations, but the fact that he provides a lot of lore kinda makes him stand up above the others. So he's on 35th place. Charm lover Salubra. First of all, she sells us charm, very useful ones, and she even blesses you if you buy all of her charm. The thing is, she is good and she's placed on 34th because there are others that are better. He is kinda neutral, but like the dude breaks the fourth wall and makes references to old Team Cherry games and maybe future games too. Who knows? Okay, so Tiso is an arrogant little shit, but still he was a warrior that died in battle and he bothered no one, so I think he deserves a good place in this ranking. So he's on 32nd. Bretta on 29th might be very controversial, but she leaves us for Zod. I mean, just look at his face and look at Knight's face. However, I still don't blame her, cause no matter the ending, the Knight was going to die, so she would have been pretty heartbroken. So it's good that she's into Zod and not the Knight, cause I don't think Bretta could handle the death of her loved one. The only reason this overly cryptic dude is on 28th is because this guy provides masks for bugs that don't have a face or something. I don't know, I'm not a lifeblood core or something. Nail Master Oro. All the Nail Masters are good, but if I were to rank them, I would say Oro is on 3rd. Because first of all, he is the least skilled of the 3 and he is afraid of something. We don't know what that something is. Mato ranks 28th, but the 2nd among the Nail Masters. He's the 2nd in skill, but he has a great passion for teaching and he wants to pass this knowledge down to next generation. So that's pretty cool. Nail Master Shio is the coolest among the Nail Masters and he's the first among the Nail Masters. He was the most skilled with his nail, but his passion faded slowly and he moved on to painting. What a cool guy! Vespa was the queen of the hive. Off topic, but isn't it wild that a beehive is being ruled by a wasp? Anyways, she trained Hornet after her mother became a seal, so that's a good thing to do, and she deserves a 26th place. Hive Knight. Hive Knight's story is a very sad one. He was a flightless bee, so he couldn't fly. But because of his hard work, patience, and the power of friendship, he became the most powerful and the fierce warrior of the hive and protects the body of Vespa to this day. Un is a higher being and apparently she's supposed to be good and she created green path, so that's something, I guess. Hegemol. Hegamol is kinda mysterious, but he was one of the 5 great knights, so he's supposed to be brave and good. Isma. Same with Isma, but the reason Isma is above Hegamol is because she did not lose her armor to a... She's cool because the flower that she seems to have an infinite supply of is very powerful, and she was one of the 5 great knights, so yeah, very cool. Mantis Lords. First of all, they are Mantis Lords. Secondly, they resisted all the infection and they ruled the Mantis village. And they also stopped the monsters from the deep nest and they bow to you when you defeat them. So all of these characteristics prove that Mantis Lords are very good, brave and virtuous warriors. Drya. She was a fierce warrior, probably the strongest of all the 5 great knights. She defended the queen from the traitor lord. So basically, if she wasn't there, then the queen's garden would have been taken over by the traitor lord. So very pog, Drya. Nailsmith. What can we say about this amazing dude? He literally makes a nail that the knight uses to kill a god. Like, just look at this, the beauty of this nail. And he is friends with Nail Master Shio, and that is very cool too. So I think he deserves the 18th place. Now we have Dung Defender, and this is very interesting. The reason that Dung Defender deserves the 17th spot is because on number 16th we have Grubfather. Why Grubfather is here?
Cause doesn't he eats everyone?
Actually, he uses his body to help all the other grubs to metamorphosize into butterflies or something. So basically, he sacrifices himself and becomes a cocoon for all the grubs. So yeah, that is very cool, bro. Now, we are getting close. On number 15th, we have Marmu. And oh my god, this little dude. His fight might be annoying, but he's probably the most innocent and the goodest of the boy in entire Hollow Nest. He was waiting for the queen to teach him how to fly, but for some reason he passed away and he still waits for the queen so that she can teach him how to fly. And that is sad, very sad. Lurien volunteered out of loyalty to the king and the kingdom and agreed to sleep until the end of the time. And bro, you need some big balls for that. Same for Hera, but she was the mother of Hornet. That puts her a little bit above Lurien. Cause Hornet is supposed to be very main character. So you understand, right, what I'm trying to say. Same thing applies to Monomon, but Quirrell was her student. If her student is such a cool dude, then imagine how cool the teacher would have been. The last stag is very old, but he still fulfills his duties and responsibilities. Even though he has significant pain in his body, he is still determined to serve the little knight until he is done with everything he needs to do. And yeah, I think the 11th spot is well deserved by the last stag, or the old stag if you want to say it that way. Now we are on to the top 10 of the goodest of the characters, and on number 10th we have the Broken Vessel. So this little guy survived the horrors of the abyss and somehow managed to get out without falling into the hands of Nost. I don't know how much of Hollow Nest did he wander before succumbing to the infection, but where is his fault in all of this? Just tell me, what did he do? He was an absolute Chad, and this dude deserves Whale Vessel or Vessel Whale or something you guys came up with. I don't know.
Bapanada.
On number 9th, we have the most chillest and the coolest girl in Hollowness, Izelda. I think none of us would have been able to beat Hollow Knight without the amazing charms and utilities that she provides, and that too at an extremely generous rate compared to Sly or something. And she was a warrior before she settled down with Conifer, and how cool is that? Hornet. Now, I know that Hornet is supposed to be the second most important character in Hollow Knight, but it seems that she did kill some innocent vessels, and even all the good she does, I just cannot let the murder of this cute little vessel slide away under the radar. Don't get me wrong here, she is inherently a good character, and without her help, the knight would have never been able to kill the Radiants. But the murder of those little vessels pushes her down the list just a little bit. Myla. I know that I am probably gonna piss off half of the community because Myla isn't in top 5. But here is the thing, Myla is good. Yeah, she is. But that's it. She's mining for crystals and singing. But that's about it for Myla. She does not contribute to anything else. Not that she has to, but still, I couldn't place her any higher. And on number 6, we have Hollow Knight, the Hollow Knight that got sealed in the Black Egg Temple. Now, the reason of putting Hollow Knight on number 6 is because he's the one I think that went through a lot of pain because of Pale King and his idea. He was the one that got sealed for eternity, and he was the one that had to leave behind all of his brothers and sisters in the abyss, and he was the one that went through this harsh training. So yeah, Hollow Knight was probably one of the characters that sacrificed a lot for the sake of Hollow Knight and his father, the Pale King, and I think he well deserves this place. Cloth. Overall, Cloth is an amazing character, and she goes on from being saved by the knight to aiding the knight in the battle shoulder by shoulder. The main goal of Cloth is to die in an epic battle, proving her bravery, but most of the time the fear gets the better of her and she ends up getting scared. But finally she overcomes her fear and ends up dying in the way that she wanted to, and even succeeds the goal of joining her departed friend Nola. So I think Cloth has well earned the 6th place. On number 4, we have Elderbug. This is the guy, the dude. I mean, just look at him. How happy he is to see us. Elderbug has been greeting everyone who comes to Hollownest, and he had a friend, the Gravedigger, who died, and he likes to stay near his grave. And in general, he's always happy to see you. So if you ever feel sad, just go to Elderbug. If you ever feel down, Elderbug. Feel like you're gonna fail that test that you should be studying but you're instead watching YouTube, Elderbug. Now, on to the top 3 of all. On number 3, we have Conifer, if you haven't already guessed. Of course we have Conifer, the man himself, the legendary map maker. What is it that isn't good about this dude? Dude is absolute goodness. And the map he makes? Wow, bro is like the Bob Ross of Hollownest, and he is so generous with the prices of those maps. Just look at this price tags, bro. And are we just gonna ignore the fact that Conifer survives the mapping of Hollownest? Like the entire Hollownest, he survives that, and that's a huge feat. Plus, every time you meet him in the game, it's an absolute pleasure to go talk to him, and after some time, even that hum, it provides a sense of reassurance, a sense of being safe. I don't think this is now a question, but on the second place of the best and the goodest characters of all times would be our best boy, Quirrell. Now, he's the best of all, we know that. So, without him, we wouldn't have been able to take down Umu in the first place. And he's so nice. I think Quirrell's voice actor did complete justice with his character. The way he speaks and greets is so nice and reassuring. For instance, I think this moment is the best moment in the entire game. Just sitting here on the bench with my best boy Quirrell. Nobody can beat Quirrell, and he deserves this place more than anyone else does.
I set my sail, fly, the wind it will take me back to my home, sweet home. Lie on my back, clouds are making way for me. I'm coming home, sweet home. I see your star, you left it burning for me. Mother, I'm here.
Who might be gooder than the Quirrell? The answer is the knight, the player character or the little ghost. So, this was a thing that I thought about a lot. Should I include the knight in or not? But the conclusion that I came on was that yes, knight deserves to be in the list, and the knight deserves to be in the list more than anyone else does. Like, just imagine who went through more pain than the knight. Born in the abyss, midst of his dead brothers and sisters, escaped it, escaped Nosk, left Hollownest, came back and basically helped a bazillion people, and then saved Hollownest and then died, and then refused to elaborate. Who can be more Chad than this dude? And he knew that this kingdom was the reason all of his vassal brothers and sisters were dead, but he still chose to save the Hollownest or to end the eternal torment of Hollownest. And that is a thing we cannot ignore. And this is why he has to be the most goodest, bravest, virtuous, and the best character in Hollow Knight. That's it. That's the entire thing. This is off script now and the video is over, so if you want, you can leave. But I just wanted to say thanks to everyone who have been supporting me. And I don't know if this video will please the algorithm, but what I know is that I did my best and I am very proud of that. I think I couldn't have spent the 60 hours I spent making this any better. And if you have made it this far, thank you. Maybe consider subscribing and liking, cause that will help with the algorithm part. And I am afraid that it is time we say goodbye until next time. But if you want, you can check out this cool little video I made like 6 months ago. And if you click on this, YouTube will think that I am engaging people better, so this video will be promoted more. Anyways, that's about it. Peace out.